The silence inside Buckingham Palace was unlike anything staff had experienced in years. It wasn't the ordinary quiet that settles over royal corridors after a busy day. This was different. Conversations stopped the moment senior aides appeared. Doors closed more carefully than usual. Even longtime palace employees sensed that something unexpected had happened behind closed doors. According to growing speculation surrounding the royal household, King Charles had spent nearly 2 hours reviewing a confidential report delivered directly from Prince William's office. No official statement confirmed its contents, but whispers suggested it was unlike any briefing the monarch had received since taking the throne. And if those whispers are even partially accurate, the consequences could reshape relationships inside the royal family. What exactly did William present? Why did palace insiders suddenly begin talking about a noticeable change in the king's attitude toward Queen Camilla? And why are so many royal watchers convinced that a single document may have altered the atmosphere inside the palace overnight? Let's take a closer look. For months, observers have noticed subtle differences in how senior members of the royal family have approached public engagements. King Charles has continued emphasizing stability and continuity while undergoing treatment and balancing official duties. Prince William, meanwhile, has steadily taken on more responsibilities, representing the crown at increasingly significant events while focusing on long-term planning for the monarchy. Although father and son have consistently appeared united in public, commentators have often wondered how closely they coordinate behind palace walls. Recent reports now suggest that coordination may have become even more significant. Several royal commentators claim William has been compiling detailed assessments regarding the future direction of the monarchy. These are said to include recommendations on public engagement, charitable priorities, financial efficiency, modernization, and preparations for future transitions. Again, none of these reports have been officially released. However, royal experts agree that private briefings between the monarch and the Prince of Wales are entirely normal. What has fueled speculation is the claim that one particular report focused heavily on maintaining public confidence in the institution. That alone has generated enormous curiosity. The monarchy today faces challenges unlike those of previous generations. Public expectations continue changing. Media coverage moves at lightning speed. Every appearance, photograph, and statement is analyzed around the world within minutes. In such an environment, image management becomes nearly as important as ceremonial tradition. According to palace observers, William has reportedly become increasingly focused on ensuring that every senior royal contributes to a clear and consistent public message. Supporters argue this reflects careful preparation for the future. Critics simply see it as modern strategic planning. Either way, William's influence appears to be growing. That is where speculation surrounding Camilla begins. Royal commentators have long debated the balance of influence among senior members of the family. Camilla has remained a visible partner to King Charles throughout his reign, attending official engagements and supporting numerous charitable organizations. She has consistently emphasized literacy initiatives, domestic violence awareness, and other causes close to her heart. Officially, there has been no indication of tension. Yet rumor mills rarely remain quiet for long. Some palace watchers believe William's reported recommendations encouraged an even greater emphasis on streamlining the number of senior voices, shaping royal messaging. Others suggest the report simply outlined future organizational priorities. But one claim has captured particular attention. According to several unverified palace rumors, King Charles spent an unusually long period studying William's findings before making immediate adjustments to upcoming meetings and internal schedules. Those changes reportedly involved reducing informal consultations with certain advisors while increasing direct discussions with William and key constitutional staff. No official explanation accompanied those adjustments. Naturally, speculation exploded. Was this simply routine administrative planning? Or did the report highlight concerns requiring immediate attention? Royal historian discussions quickly became divided. Some insisted every monarch regularly receives strategic assessments. Others argued that timing alone made this situation unusually interesting. Why now? Why reportedly such careful consideration? And why did observers begin linking those developments with Camilla? One explanation offered by analysts centers on succession planning. King Charles understands that every decision made today affects the future reign of Prince William. Preparing for that future requires careful coordination, consistency, and shared priorities. If William presented recommendations about long-term institutional stability, Charles would naturally examine them closely. That would hardly be surprising. Yet social media quickly transformed cautious speculation into dramatic headlines. Claims emerged suggesting Camilla had been excluded from certain conversations. Others alleged meetings had been quietly rearranged. Still others claimed Charles had become noticeably more reserved during private palace discussions. It is important to emphasize that none of these claims have been verified by Buckingham Palace. Still, they have fueled widespread public fascination. Part of the reason lies in the unique history surrounding this royal family. Every interaction between Charles, William, and Camilla carries decades of public attention. Even routine scheduling changes often become major news stories. That reality makes separating fact from speculation increasingly difficult. One palace correspondent recently observed that perception itself often becomes the story. If enough people believe something significant has happened, every subsequent appearance is examined through that lens. Body language becomes evidence. Facial expressions become headlines. Ordinary conversations suddenly appear loaded with hidden meaning. Royal families have experienced this phenomenon for generations. The modern media environment simply amplifies it. Interestingly, several recent engagements have shown Charles and William appearing particularly coordinated. Their public appearances projected confidence, professionalism, and continuity. Royal supporters viewed this as reassuring. Analysts interpreted it as evidence that succession planning remains active behind the scenes. Some commentators even suggested William has adopted a more consultative role than ever before. Again, that would not necessarily be unusual. The Prince of Wales has spent years preparing for eventual kingship. Learning directly from the reigning monarch forms an essential part of that preparation. If detailed reports are indeed being exchanged, they could simply reflect responsible governance rather than internal conflict. Yet curiosity continues because of the alleged reaction. According to persistent speculation, Charles reportedly paused midway through reviewing William's document, requested additional supporting material, and postponed other appointments to continue reading. If true, that alone suggests the report carried significant weight. Observers immediately began asking what recommendations could possibly command such attention. Some guessed financial reforms. Others proposed communication strategies. Still others believed the report examined how public trust could be strengthened during future decades. Among the more dramatic rumors, however, one theory refuses to disappear. It claims William encouraged a clearer separation between institutional decision-making and personal influence. Supporters of this theory argue that such an approach would reinforce constitutional neutrality and simplify future leadership structures. Critics dismiss the entire idea as little more than palace gossip. Without official confirmation, certainty remains impossible. Nevertheless, the discussion itself reflects broader public interest in how modern monarchies evolve. Today's royal family operates under extraordinary public scrutiny. Every administrative adjustment attracts analysis. Every meeting invites interpretation. Every photograph becomes part of a larger narrative. Whether William's reported report contained groundbreaking recommendations or simply routine strategic observations, its alleged impact has certainly captured worldwide attention. And as speculation surrounding Charles's response continues to grow, many observers are now watching one question more closely than any other. If this reported document truly influenced the king's thinking, what happens next? Only time will reveal whether these reports reflect genuine palace strategy or simply another wave of royal speculation. Buckingham Palace has not confirmed claims that King Charles froze out Queen Camilla or that Prince William delivered a bombshell report prompting such a response. As with many stories surrounding the royal family, separating verified facts from rumor remains essential. What is clear, however, is that every move by the King, Queen Camilla, and Prince William continues to attract intense public interest. Until official information emerges, the true story behind these headlines remains uncertain, but the world's fascination with Britain's monarchy shows no sign of fading.